Titan coming at you with another game of hardcore Minecraft. Garuda flaps his wings excitedly, and I welcome you to another day here. Now, something a little different. We need a bunch of mud bricks, so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna try to get a bunch of mud bricks. Now, the crafting table will show us the way. No, we don't know how to make it. We're gonna have to make some mud. I believe you have to get like water bottles for this. Hello, Super Dean. Good morning. Yeah, so we'll go to the lake atop the mountain. It'll be a picturesque spot to begin. Not really a lake, just the waterfall. So I think you put like dirt down, if memory serves. I haven't done this in ages. And then you like get water bottles full of water, and then you have to like throw it on there, and then it becomes mud. Or you can probably find it somewhere, which is probably what we should do, right? Because that is like a lot of effort to get a piece of mud. Where do you find mud? Swamps? Yeah, because otherwise, right, you would be going with individual bottles, and that would take like a long time, right? Right. This is not a solution. Alright, we need to go... We need to go find mud. Because this, you know, I'm not gonna individually, because even if we moved, like, you know, the whole hotbar, right, it's still just so laborious. We should just go find some. It's got to exist in, like, mangrove swamps or something, maybe. I remember seeing some. We're gonna go look for it. Alright, so that does lead us into a predicament. What do we do with all these bottles? Littering? No, I have like a weird lava thing over here somewhere, right? Like one of them? Yeah, you never know when you'll need one. Oh no, it barely works. Alright, well, you know, it was a fine idea. I'm just going to throw the rest of them on the ground, rendering the idea essentially incomplete, and then carry on. You have to go super deep? Well, thanks for stopping in. Have a good day. Perhaps I will see you around later. No, I'm not going to be streaming for too long. I just wanted to play some... Alright, we have tons of rockets, and the tools are in fine form. I think for mud bricks you need, like, wheat. Oh man, if I get an excuse to farm a bunch of wheat, it's over. Packed mud, yeah, so you need wheat plus the mud for packed mud. Well, I guess we'll farm a little bit of wheat first. Oh yeah, there we go. Now we're talking. Back to the wheat farm again, and then we'll go fly around and look for some. I don't really remember where the biomes are, and by really I mean at all, but we can run them down. We're just gonna put stuff in this box that doesn't belong. Phantom swoops, I know what that means. It means they're also going to make rude sounds. Oh, there's a lot of them. Probably should go to bed one of these days, huh? Yes, yes, everyone agrees that you're very scary sounding. Of course, with this armor, I can just, like, let them run into me. They'll eventually... Oh, no! I've accidentally hit the golem. I'm just gonna leave. And maybe he won't get mad. Alright, we're not... I mean, we've got shulkers on us, so we can... Might as well just go look for some mud. And by look for some mud, I mean... sleep so that we can see if there was mud. We're gonna go in like this direction-ish and see what happens there. We're gonna put a bed down right here and these pigs are gonna stand watch. It's gonna be very important. Oh, I've been struck. Alright, yeah, we've got a ton of rockets, so... we don't really need to worry about it. We'll just go this way. And, you know, barring getting distracted by something cool that almost certainly exists, we'll find some mud. Probably, like, a lot of it. Because I'm not going to make mud with individual water bottles. There might be a better way to make it, but I don't know what it is. Finding it seems like the right call. Of course, we've gone mostly in this direction before, but, you know, if you're not looking to get a huge supply of mud, you wouldn't mentally mark it. I wouldn't. And then, of course, we could do whatever else happens to spring to mind along the way. You know, like, what if we see some pandas? Well, you know, we can panda it up. We can panda the whole world. It'll be overrun with those cute little guys. Panda? Panda? Ah, chicken. Panda! I think this is like the first panda we've seen in this world. It may not be, but I think it could be. Oh, look at them. Look at their cute little face. How could anybody not like you? Yeah, so for 2x2, we've only got 7. If we get a panda, I think we haven't got one yet. I just, you know, if we don't see another panda, it's not going to be the simplest thing. This is the exact same as making mud bricks. I'm surprised you noticed. Looks like we've definitely been here before. That was a ancient creeper explosion. Alright, well... I don't see any other pandas. We're going to get back to our regularly scheduled programming after flying headlong into just a couple, just a few, just a delicate amount of pandas. Man, this would be an awesome place to live. Where's this at? Oh, yeah. Just like, I feel like the end was like right over here. Because, you know, there's a lush cave under here. You've got this beautiful Turtle Beach. You've got the panda forest and the dark forest. Spruce in the distance. Hey, CG Bing. Good morning. Yeah, this would be a good place to live. If you lived here. And now we have accidentally come right over the trail ruin excavation, which is fine. You know, if we find mud in this general area, that would be beneficial, given that the mud bricks are principally meant for this place. Although they're a nice aesthetic, and we might use them in more places. Plus, we need to build like a little miniature trail ruin for the Archaeologast to hang out in. And then we have a burst of old growth, and it's like a pine one. So you have spruce and pine taigas, which they're all spruce trees, but the pine ones are very fun, right? So they're the ones, spruce taiga will spawn with way more leaves around like all of the bases and stuff. And then in the pines, you just have these very, very tall, wonderful trees. Tremendous sources of lumber. If you ever, just need to really get a ton, especially if you can fly back up to the top. In my old world, I would, I think mine was a spruce taiga, but, same tree. They're just not as pretty from a distance because it's not as striking visually. Like right here, this one, I think this will be the, yeah, so here's the old growth spruce by way of contrast, so they're more Christmas tree-like. And beautifully, they are bisected by this river, which is just, like, really cool, right? It's like the two warring tribes of spruce tree here, like, gigantic, tall, helmeted with their glorious leaves, and then here on the right, the bushy, bristly, bearded spruce trees. And then here just the humble small little trees that wish the giants could live in harmony. It's really a great scene there. Anyway, back to the hunt for mud. We could find it any day now. There's a village over here. We probably haven't been here before, so we're gonna go and see if they have set out any tribute. Villages will do that, They will just very kindly put a bunch of stuff out for traveling heroes. Animals inside of buckets. Classic. They got a lush cave under here. Oh man, this is a cool place, huh? Does it open into it? Nope. Not so lucky as all that. Yeah, with the flowering azalea trees here, I think they always indicate for a lush cave underneath. But yeah, they have this magnificent, unhinged platform. It looks like something I would build. Dog! Dog! All the dogs. This villager just hanging out, like, got a nice bell there. Oh, they are swimming. I don't know if this is my problem yet. What's the rest of this place like? Let me in. A door and then another door immediately afterward. Very cool. Little stonecutter's place. Staircase that leads to an empty wall. Very cool indeed. This village actually looks like I could have built it, except that the aesthetic is regular. Because man, does it ever not make sense. But fortunately, at least there's some bread. Alright, what a weird little place. Moreover, there's no mud here at all, so let's get back to the adventure. Unless we see something else cool, you know, like... I'm like, no, there's no gold there. We've already raided it. So at a certain point we need to figure out how to befriend or otherwise entrance polar bears so that we can get them into a boat and build like a sick polar bear area for the Polargast. Which we haven't named yet, but I think is pretty clearly a pretty good name. Bunch of horses everywhere. We've gone so far that we see another cherry grove. You know, this world has like a billion of them right at spawn, and now look at this tiny little one. Ah, it was just split by this meadow here, which actually looks very awesome as we fly towards the setting sun. This does look familiar. But not that familiar. Where's the mud? We're gonna need to turn before too long, you know. Just, you know, you don't want to get like zounds far away. The elytra, I mean, we could mend it up out in the wild, but I mean, we could have manually made a lot of mud by now. Like, I vaguely remember places that must have been made of mud. Oh, we're finally actually loading in new blocks. Ain't that cool? There in the distance. It's been a while since we've actually went somewhere new. Mushroom Islands. It's a pretty nice one. Was this the one we've already been to? It sort of looks familiar. Maybe we just hadn't been at that specific angle on it. I'm like, yeah, now this is all looking very familiar. Which could mean we're gonna find mud, but it really just means that we're gonna be in that Badlands with the cool, you know, lush cave sort of thing going on. This coral reef. Oh yeah, this is all extremely familiar. Because yeah, not too far from here is the village where one of the mooshes hung out for a long time until we built the canal. Well, you know, there's not mud here, but it's still a nice place. Do we need terracotta? Yeah, don't we? Yeah. Yeah, of course we do. Hey, Natasha. I made some mud, and then I was like, I should go find it. I didn't, and then we ended up here. So now we're doing terracotta. This is the or something in the title. Very clever of me to hedge my bets. Good morning, how are you? Say I better plant a lot of wheat for the mud bricks. You know, I bet I'll figure out a way to make that happen. I'm gonna have to, like, look deep within myself and find the strength to plant wheat. I don't know if I can do it. But, you know, perhaps I'll find the courage. Yeah, because I had put, like, you know, some dirt on the ground and put water from a water bottle on it to make mud. And I did it, like, 1 or 2 times, and then I was like, this is not gonna work. This is not, like, I mean, I would do it if I had to. Like, if I had to stay on an island and I wanted to make a mud brick for obvious reasons, and I had dirt, but, you know, couldn't leave to go get mud, then I would do it. But not, like, not whenever I can just go get some, even though I don't know where it is. I know they're in swamps, or at least I think they are. Now I just don't know where any of those are, but we could, you know, find one, probably-ish. And no matter how long it takes to find one, if I just fill up a shulker full of mud, that'll be faster than individually moving glass bottles, filling them up, individually putting them onto dirt blocks, and then individually picking them up. No, at least that last part happens with a shovel. You made your coffee unscathed. Good, good. Very important. Yeah, there's been a couple. But the thing is while I can remember narratively what is going on when I've seen them, I don't, like, because there's the mangrove swamp at what we call the confluence of biomes, right, on the Negative X canal. There where there's, like, the dark forest and a tombstone and, like, a shipwreck and all of that. But it's like a really small mangrove swamp, right? It's very, very slight. But I remember flying over a couple of big ones, and then there was one, I think, before we even could fly. And so there'll be, like, some waterfalls on some mountains of it. But I don't remember what direction it's in, like, at all. I do know this is the opposite direction of that. Well, no, not the opposite direction of it. If we just go positive Z for a while, we may well run into it. What is this jungle? I love it. Oh, I've already been here. There's a... This is where the end is pillar, or probably another portal, probably. Yeah, because Mushroom Island wasn't far away, so this would be, like, on the... Yep, here's the Netherrack, here's the confluence of biomes, here's the miniature mangrove swamp that probably doesn't have dirt in it, even, or mud. But anyway, yes, I did know exactly where I was, basically. I just love this area so much. So much of my joy in Minecraft is just like looking around. You know, because I haven't played it nearly as much as everyone else in the world has, so there's so much like cool stuff going on in the procedural generation. Like right here, I think it's very cool. Got your bamboo, you got, you know, the little mangrove trees, you got like a swamp, you got a dark forest. There's like, I think right in here, there's a little spruce area, just a tiny little spruce area where it snows. So it's like you have this swamp on one side of this mountain, it's like divided by this river of flame, and then you have like this very, very small cold area. I guess we could, I'm like, is the swamp connected to anywhere? Because we could just get the mud from it right there, but how much mud is even there? I guess we'll just take all of it and then see how much it is. If there's mud here. Yeah, there's a very, very small amount of mud. We're gonna have to find the other swamp. Because I saw it over here underneath the trees, but it is not a lot of mud. But we will take what we can get. Sometimes, in the heat of the moment, destroying local biodiversity is, you know, not ideal, but... It makes me feel bad to destroy this place, though. No, we're gonna look for a different swamp. We're gonna put this back together a little bit. Not all of it, just, like, a little. I don't wanna wreck this. This is, like, one of my favorite places. What am I doing? That's fine. You know, taking like 100 mud is all right. We don't need to wreck the whole thing. We're just gonna go find more mud. You know, have a heart. I'd be like cutting down all these spruce trees because I wanted some. But yeah, but right here. So the rarest and most joyous of sights. Snow falling onto a jungle tree that is naturally generated. I don't think it's the rarest sight at all, but it must be at least somewhat uncommon. At the very least, it is visually interesting. And really, like, we wouldn't have gotten more than, what, like 5 or 6 stacks of mud out of that, which is not enough anyway. Man, time is kind of getting away from me. Alright, we are generating a new world now. We have never been here before. Mud! Swamp! Good news, guys. Alright, so this is part of the swamp that I just hadn't generated, because over here we have the historical waterfall that we mentioned earlier, and now I know exactly where we are. This is what I meant when I said we'll probably just run right into it. Because while I didn't know where it was, I knew narratively I could find it again. Do we need more rockets to get home? No, we can make enough. We're alright. Because I knew that I remembered this swamp as being, you know, pretty immense. And moreover, like, that it existed. I just didn't remember, you know, what the coordinate was. All right, let's jump on down. Pop up into this savanna so that we have the benefit of light. Savanna mangrove tree. It looks so washed out and weird. It's all right. We're also going to get some fair few mangrove samples. I want to, you know, we need to grow some. Man, that mountain looks awesome with all the dirt covered in that weird color of water. Anyway, shulker box. That is the menu. I'm like, where's my ender chest? I much desire to speak with it. Oh, they're full of trash. Well, you know, I should have prepared and didn't. It'll be alright. I mean, we'll have enough for, like, a bunch of mud, and that is okay. Hey Drifter, how are you? Did you see I finally got my full netherite armor just like you wanted? I finally went back. I even made the netherite hoe! Alright, mud! Oh, it's gonna be so easy to get all the mud we need now that we found it here. Yes, this is very, very clearly better than making my own. What a mad idea. I'm glad I abandoned it quick. Man, imagine my feelings. Don't. But imagine them if I had spent like an hour doing this. Making mud out of glass bottles. Oh, I would have been a salty boy. It's like the other day I was thinking, I was like, I will mine a bunch of clay, and then I'll bake the clay to make terracotta, and then I'm like, wait, I could just, like, go to a Badlands. I'm playing Minecraft. I have, of course, always been more of the mining side than the crafting side. And almost none at all of the build side. But that's not part of the words, you know? This is great, though. Y'all don't even know. I mean, you do. You guys know how much I like planting wheat. But this is gonna give me, like, a really good excuse to do a bunch of it. I'd be like, oh man, I guess I need more wheat. I just won't be able to make enough mud bricks, you know. Where will that leave me? And we got these muddy mangrove roots as well. I have no idea what's up with those. We'll figure something out with them. Maybe they'll just be, you know, like a creepy aesthetic thing, and maybe you can, you know, make something out of them. We'll check it out. I love this shovel. And you might be saying, isn't this going to be more than you need? I mean, maybe. But do I want to fly around for another 45 minutes because I need mud? No, I want to do it for exploration, for the love of the game, you know, for beauty and truth. And if I'm trying to find a swamp, I want it to be because I haven't found it before, not because I need more mud, because I couldn't be bothered to get all the mud I needed the first time. Oh, most of the mud. Look, if I have to get more mud eventually, that's fine. But I'm not walking out with a couple hundred mud. Like, literally, what's the point? Anyone could do that. Mudless. That's what they'd call me. Tarkin the Mudless. Alright, that seems good. And now we're just going to yank some samples surreptitiously from the sides of trees. It's gonna go great. You've already got 5. That is not like exactly enough, but it is a number. Yeah, because this is like, there are swamps and there are mangrove swamps, and this is like the rarer variant, right? The mangrove swamp is... But they're both pretty rare. Because the normal swamp has like more huge areas of water and lily pads and all of that, and the mangrove is more... I mean, maybe there's sometimes mangrove swamps with a lot of water, and I'm just, you know, I've seen this one. I feel like there's another one in this world that goes on for like a long time, but maybe that's just this one. $25, good, good. So that's a decent number. When you have 25, then you're almost at like 28. And then when you have 28, I mean, you could just leave whenever you feel like it. See, like here it looks more like a normal swamp, but I guess this is just... Now I'm finally getting to an area that seems like one. It's like, oh, maybe... It was probably the aberration was that there was so much solid land there. Because this is, of course, what you imagine, what I imagine when you think of a mangrove swamp, you know. Deep, deep roots that let you go into the wilds beneath. Ah, that should have been a huge lush cave. Missed opportunity, video game. Missed opportunity. You can just like swim around like a dangerous little shark. Like, oh, I'm gonna get you, little fish. You're gonna come and live in my lake. Byaw! And then, you know, you seamlessly have a red cichlid. Now, of course, it's getting dark and that's a very scary time. What I recommend whenever it gets dark is to put your bed underwater and go to bed. You'll feel better before you know it. Wake up totally able to breathe. That is how physics work. You see, the air wants to be inside of the sheets of a bed, so it'll just zoop on in. Technical term, of course. You all would be familiar with the term to zoop. Like, and then we're gonna go this way. Then we can just follow the canal. You know, the canal provides a very nice way. You know, there's also like the sun and staying in a straight line, but you know, the canal lets us look at the canal when we're flying back home over it. My great engineering marvel, you know. Only a couple of mooshes forced into the reincarnation cycle during its production. It'll make me sad if I go too into it. Y'all know what happened. We all know what happened. I kind of want to build a little like mountainside thing here. I don't know with what, you know, just like a cool little, you know, mountainside retreat. You can look down, you know. Maybe not. I've been thinking of doing something like that for a while. Like, not like another house, but just like a little cabin, you know? Because there's been a couple of very beautiful areas. And, I think it would be nice to leave little surprise houses places, you know? And there the cherry trees of home beckon. You always know if you see the 3 snowy mountaintops and the cherry trees that you are coming on to the base from the opposite direction that you thought. That is what you know. It's like, I thought we were going to come in from that way, and then I'm like, no, we're over here. You said it's a pretty common thing for people to just like make a house a place you think is pretty and go there sometimes. Okay, cool. Yeah, this has definitely been a thing on my mind a couple times. So like, man, this is nice. You know, why don't we come out here sometimes? You know, why don't we come ski down the mountain? Good old Hank. Welcome home. Ah, good old Garuda. Well, unfortunately, though I am having a lovely time, the relentless march of time comes for us all. Like, yeah, I gotta get going. I'm trying to show up to work on time rather than 2 minutes late all of the time, but you guys know me. It's very difficult for me to not be slightly late. But anyway, I invite you to sit center kneel for a truncated version of the national anthem. This is Creator Music Box by Lena Raine. It's just a nice little peaceful music box time for a nice, peaceful, quick outro to the video. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I know it wasn't very long, but hey, what are you gonna do? Gotta work. Yeah, we'll, when we next play, now that we've got, like, a bunch of mud, we'll be able to figure out how a person could plant a lot of wheat. I'm gonna brainstorm some ways. Maybe plant a mangrove tree or two. Yeah, exactly. Luca doesn't care that it's just a music box. He's like, I am gonna party. I am gonna dance. Ah, Garuda. Another seed for him. But anyway, that's all I've got for you today. Or for rather right now. It's possible that I'll be back this afternoon sometime, but probably it'll be more like 12 hours. But anyway, bye Natasha, bye Drifter, if you're watching in the future. I hope the weather is nice, and perhaps I'll see you in another streamer video. Later, guys.